The time is precisely 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Chantima Veerakon. Headlines: COVID-19 confirmed cases in Sri Lanka crossed 10,000 mark. Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says selected fuel stations in Western Province open during curfew. Arrangements have been made to broadcast live the Ratana Sutra from 9:30 p.m. today to 4:15 a.m. tomorrow from Kollupitiya Valuka Rama Temple over the Sinhala National Service of SLBC. COVID-19, Sri Lanka confirms 140 new recoveries. Police halt engagement ceremony at luxury hotel in Colombo. Vaishenko has been appointed as the new ambassador to Sri Lanka. On news overseas, Qatar to prosecute officials over forced exams of women at airport. In sports, the IPL match between Kings 11 Punjab and Rajasthan Royals is being played at Abu Dhabi grounds. Local stories in detail. Total COVID-19 cases confirmed in Sri Lanka went past the grim milestone of 10,000 today, the Ministry of Health announced. The latest spike in figures came after 314 more persons were tested positive for the virus within the day. Health Ministry's data revealed that Sri Lanka has confirmed 10,105 novel coronavirus infections to date. All the fresh positive cases have been linked to the Minuangada Paliyagada cluster, which registered a record total of 6,627 cases just within a month. The Government Information Department said 55 of the new patients were found from quarantine centres. The remaining 259 are contacts of earlier infections connected to Paliyagada Fish Market and fisheries harbours. Epidemiology Unit says 5,804 active cases continue to receive treatment at selected hospitals across the country. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 recoveries total, meanwhile, reached 4,282 earlier today after 140 patients were discharged from hospitals as they have returned to health. The country has also witnessed 19 deaths from the virus. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says selected fuel stations in the Western Province will remain open for essential services during the curfew period. Thereby, 62 fuel stations in the Colombo district, 68 in Gampha district and 27 in Kalutara district will be open for services. In a media release issued today, the 30th of October, the acting marketing manager, retail of CPC, WDLC Abegunawardana said the measure was taken with the intention of supplying fuel required by institutions providing essential services, including healthcare and defence, as well as those involved in production and export. More details on the selected fuel stations can be obtained from the official website of the CPC, www.cipetco.lk. The CPC says the following filling stations will accordingly supply fuel for essential services with compliance to health regulations. The Kollupitiya police have launched an investigation into the engagement ceremony held at a luxury hotel in Colombo, violating the police curfew imposed over the weekend, police said. Police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said that legal action will be taken against the management of the hotel as well as the organisers of the engagement ceremony for violating quarantine regulations. At least 35 participants had attended the ceremony. However, the police had immediately halted the proceedings and had ordered to cancel the engagement ceremony. The Ministry of Health says 140 individuals who were previously tested positive for COVID-19 have been discharged from medical care as they have made complete recoveries. According to the situation report, the following hospitals have reported the latest recoveries: National Institute of Infectious Diseases NIID 18, Iranavilla Hospital 3, Minuangoda Base Hospital 1, Rambukkana District Hospital 3, Kattankudi Hospital 19, Dr. Neville Fernando Teaching Hospital 78, Taldenia Base Hospital 8, Galgamua Base Hospital 3, Kosgama District Hospital 4, Dankotua District Hospital 3. The new development brings the total number of novel coronavirus recoveries reported in the country to 4,282. Sri Lanka's confirmed cases meanwhile stands at 9,791. However, 5,490 of them are still under medical care. Vaishenko has been appointed as the new ambassador to Sri Lanka. The new ambassador is expected to arrive in the island tonight. He will be placed under 14 days quarantine upon his arrival to the island. After that, he will assume duties in Sri Lanka. Health Services Deputy Director General Hemantha Herath says the COVID-19 patients to contact 1999 or 1999 if there is a delay in conducting the PCR tests. This hotline works 24/7 in all 3 languages. It is reported there is a delay in conducting PCR tests due to high volume of test processes. However, effective measures have been taken to conduct the PCR test without delay. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana has requested the public to be vigilant as fraudsters can arrive posing as public health inspectors stating that they have come to conduct PCR tests. He said that some such incidents have been reported from certain areas of the country. He further said no medicine is given prior to conducting the PCR tests. To end the local news, the headlines again. COVID-19 confirmed cases in Sri Lanka crossed 10,000 mark. Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says selected fuel stations in Western Province open during curfew. Arrangements have been made to broadcast live the Ratana Sutra from 9:30 p.m. today to 4:15 a.m. tomorrow from Kollupitiya Valukarama Temple over the Sinhala National Service of SLBC. COVID-19, Sri Lanka confirms 114 new recoveries. Police halt engagement ceremony at luxury hotel in Colombo. Vaishenko has been appointed as the new ambassador to Sri Lanka. That ends the local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
On the main news story, arrangements have been made to broadcast live the Ratana Sutra from 9:30 p.m. today to 4:15 a.m. tomorrow from Kollupitiya Valukarama Temple over the Sinhala National Service of SLBC. Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation organized the chanting of the Ratana Sutra for 1 week, wishing good health for the people in the country and the world. Director General of SLBC Chandrapala Liyanage said that the chanting of Ratana Sutra, organized to control the spread of the virus and good health for the people, will be held for next 2 weeks. The Ratana Sutra will be broadcast live from 6:30 p.m. today from Hambantota, Udamalala, Veheragala Forest Hermitage over the Sinhala Commercial Service. Chairman of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation Jagat Wickramasinghe and Director General Chandrapala Liyanage have requested all chief prelates of the temples to provide necessary facilities for the public to listen to the sutra. That ends the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhaleba.
Moving on to Watch Light. The commuters complain that there is less number of buses during peak hours. The public transport is severely affected due to the prevailing situation. As a result, the daily passengers are affected. The public and private employees request the Transport Ministry, Western Province Passenger Transport Authority to look into this matter and take effective measures to remedy this situation. That ends Watch Light. We move on to World News. The headlines. Qatar to prosecute officials over forced exams of women at airport. Bushfire inquiry says Australia must prepare for alarming outlook. New Zealand, euthanasia, assisted dying to be legal for terminally ill people. Qatar says several airport officials have been referred for prosecution after forced gynecological exams were carried out on women flying to Sydney. The group, which included women from Australia, the UK and New Zealand, were checked for evidence they had recently given birth after a baby was found in a bin at the airport on 2nd October. Qatar's government said on Friday that standard procedures were violated. It also offered its sincerest apology for what the women went through. Australia must prepare for an alarming future of simultaneous and worsening natural disasters, says a long-awaited report into the country's bushfires. A Royal Commission inquiry examined Australia's Black Summer bushfires of 2019 to 2020, which ravaged vast swaths of the nation, and other disasters. At least 33 people died in what was, by many measures, an unprecedented season. The report made more than 80 recommendations to the government. New Zealand has voted to legalize euthanasia in what campaigners have called a victory for compassion and kindness. Preliminary results showed 65.2% of voters supported the End of Life Choice Act coming into force as a new law. The law will allow terminally ill people with less than 6 months to live the opportunity to choose assisted dying if approved by 2 doctors. Its opponents say the law lacks adequate safeguards. To end the world news, the headlines again. Qatar to prosecute officials over forced exams of women at airport. Bushfire inquiry says Australia must prepare for alarming outlook. New Zealand euthanasia, assisted dying to be legal for terminally ill people. That ends World News.
Development News is brought to you by...
My wife always sets a full lunch table even if it's just the 2 of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
And on development news, a special work plan has been initiated to renovate 5,000 traditional tanks in Mahaveli L zone. The main objective is to provide irrigation facilities to increase local food production. This project will be implemented with the full support of Sri Lanka Army.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the 4 of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
In sports news, it's tennis and cricket. In tennis, US Open finalist Alexander Zverev has denied his ex-girlfriend's allegation he was violent towards her. Olya Sharipova claimed Zverev tried to strangle her with a pillow in an attack before the 2019 US Open that she says left her afraid for her life. The German called the accusations unfounded and simply not true. They make me very sad. I very much regret that she makes such statements, the 23-year-old wrote in a statement on Twitter. And on cricket, the IPL match between Kings 11 Punjab and Rajasthan Royals is being played at Abu Dhabi grounds. That ends sports news.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bear here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go. It's the right amount of crunch and OMG, so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie chocolate cream biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
On business news, Chairman of Sri Lanka Insurance Jagat Vellavatta, Chief Executive Officer Chandana L. Alutgama, Chairman of People's Bank Sujiva Rajapaksha, CEO Ranjit Kodituakku and Senior DG M. People's Bank KB Rajapaksha opens People's Bank branch on October 28th. Strengthening the relationship between two state giants, Sri Lanka Insurance, in collaboration with People's Bank, unveiled SLIC service counter at the People's Bank premises to enhance the accessibility of their services and to deliver customer convenience to the public. With the opening of the SLIC service counter, People's Bank customers and staff members have the opportunity to experience an array of insurance solutions provided by Sri Lanka Insurance.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on economic news, Damro, South Asia's largest furniture manufacturer, has planned to set up 25 mega showrooms within next 6 months, further strengthening its showroom network in India. The company currently operates about 80 showrooms in India, and the continued confidence of the Indian consumers in Damro products has greatly contributed to the success of the company. The company's ability to continue and thrive in the face of the current COVID-19 pandemic in India is a clear indication of its stability in the country.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And finally, on the weather report, the Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in Uva, eastern and north-central provinces and in Hambantota, Mullaitivu and Vavuniya districts after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters can be expected at some places, particularly in Uva province and in Trincomalee and Ampara districts. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. To end this bulletin of news, the headlines again. COVID-19 confirmed cases in Sri Lanka crossed 10,000 mark. Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says selected fuel stations in Western Province open during curfew. Arrangements have been made to broadcast live the Ratana Sutra from 9:30 p.m. today to 4:15 a.m. tomorrow from Kollupitiya Valukarama Temple over the Sinhala National Service of SLBC. COVID-19, Sri Lanka confirms 140 new recoveries. Police halt engagement ceremony at luxury hotel in Colombo. Vaishenko has been appointed as the new ambassador to Sri Lanka. In news overseas, Qatar to prosecute officials over forced exams of women at airport. In sports, the IPL match between Kings 11 Punjab and Rajasthan Royals is being played at Abu Dhabi grounds.